Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the newly released palette that was a collaboration between KathleenLights and Morphe. Now I haven't used anything by Morphe brushes besides their brushes in a while. I have a few things by them. I have a couple eyeshadow palettes, a couple blush contour situations, and a lip palette that I actually love. So I was really excited to receive this guy in my P.O. box and be able to give it a try and let you guys know what I think. Now this went on sale, so as I'm filming this, it's Wednesday. This went on sale on Tuesday, I believe. So it is out and available for purchase. So let's just jump right into it. This is the packaging on the outside. Now Kathleen and I'm sure other people in their videos have talked about the packaging on this palette because it is different than the typical Morphe eyeshadow palette packaging, and I am so thankful actually. So usually the Morphe palettes are bigger than this. Usually they have like, I don't know, 30 or something. They have like a lot. Maybe it's 30. 35. This one has 15 and it is smaller and more manageable. It's about the size of like a Z palette, which honestly is one reason why I don't use my Morphe shadows very often, because I just feel like the palettes are so huge. I can't travel with them. They're just so big. The packaging is like really hard plastic that feels like if you dropped it for any reason, it would just break a bunch of the eyeshadows. And I don't know that for sure. That's how it seems to me, and that's why I don't like poured it around a whole lot. This on the other hand is where it has like the magnetic closure and it is kind of like that cardboard packaging. So I like the packaging a lot. It says Morphe by KathleenLights and I really enjoy the size of it. I think it's very, very manageable. Sorry, my shadows are not perfect and pristine anymore because I've been using them and swatching them. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, you were there when I first received this and I did a couple swatches. If you don't follow me on Snapchat, you should. Okay. So that's the packaging, and I think that they did a really, really good job with this packaging because, like I said, I don't typically reach for my Morphe palettes very often, and that's not anything to do with the shades or the formula or anything like that. It's really just because I'm overwhelmed by the size, and the packaging to me is just kind of eh. So it is important. While like what's inside is important, I think the packaging is important too, and I know a lot of people agree about that. So that is kind of my thoughts on the packaging. Now let's talk about the actual shadows. So there are 15 shadows in here. We've got a nice range of shades. We've got really light, nice highlighty shades. We've got some deeper shades. There's a black. We've got some kind of metallic-y shades, some mattes, some really nice, beautiful, what I consider to be really fall colors here. Actually, a lot of them are really fall colors, which I totally dig. I got the black all over me. I will say it's a very affordable brand. This, I believe, is $14.99 and you get 15 shadows. That's less than $1 a shadow. And these, I feel like, are better than any of the Morphe shadows that I've used. And I will show you guys some swatches, but I kind of want to talk about swatches too. Swatches. It's such a hot topic, and I don't really understand. So this is kind of why I've always been kind of weird about swatches. I will do them. I'm totally happy to do them. I'm gonna swatch this whole palette for you guys. But they can be misleading. Yes, it is very good to help you tell if it's gonna look good on your skin tone, if you have a skin tone similar to mine, or you know, the contrast between like warm and cool and stuff like that, how things look on camera on the skin versus in the pan. Like, I do get that, but I see so many comments, not just on my videos, like in general, about, oh, that looks patchy, or oh, that looks amazing. And really, when you go and apply it with a brush on your eye in the method that you would apply an eyeshadow, maybe it doesn't perform the same at all. I will say in general for like metallics and shimmers and pressed pigments, those always swatch better than they apply unless you use like a wet brush like Fix Plus or something. Then you can get them to look the way that they swatch. But those, because the warmth of your skin really kind of like engages the properties of those, it really melts into your skin beautifully. And it's hard to swatch a metallic or shimmer these days that doesn't look good in a swatch, and that doesn't mean it's gonna look good when you apply it with a brush on your eye. You guys know that I'm weird about swatches. I'm happy to do them because you guys like them, but I don't think that they're a very accurate representation of the formula of an eyeshadow all of the time. Sometimes they are, but sometimes shadows can do things when you swatch them that they don't do when you apply them on your eyes, and vice versa. So I like to always actually use them in an eye look before I know what the formula does, how it behaves, if I really like it, how it wears, stuff like that. And I know some people have started to do brush swatches, and that's still not super accurate because you almost never take a brush, dip it in, and like swipe it on your eye. Like, you just don't. You take a blending brush and you blend it in and make it really blown out and like smooth, that's how you blend. Like if I were to do that with a blending brush as a brush swatch, that's one thing, but that's not what I've seen being done. So I just don't even, like, they're fun to see, and I do like it as a comparison for like skin tones and stuff like that. So that's why I will do it for you guys. I just wanted to let you know like why I'm weird about them. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But I did use these shadows for the look that I'm wearing today. I will show you. I used, let's see. So I wanted to use this kind of mauve shade here. Oh, are you in focus? This mauve shade here for my transition shade, and I kind of thought, you know, it's a little dark for what I wanted to go for today for my transition shade, so I mixed it with this one over here. One thing that drives me crazy is they don't have names. They don't have names. It makes me a little crazy because I have to be like this one and this one and this one. They're all called this one. So I mixed this one with this guy, and they're both matte, so I made them my transition shade. And then for like my deeper crease, I kind of mixed these two because I wanted to transition into something darker, but I didn't want it to be so dark. So I did those in the crease, these guys here. And I really like the way that it turned out. And then I did this one on the lid because this one is so gorgeous. It's like this metallic-y taupe, like super cool tone, and just right up my alley. As soon as I opened this palette, I saw that and I was like, ah! I also really dig this mossy color up here. Like everyone's excited about this green one and I think it's beautiful, but I really like the mossy one. I think that is just gorgeous. So anyway, you guys will see in the swatches in just a second, but just walking you through what I did on my eyes today. So then I took this one here, which is a shimmery, beautiful highlight shade, and I did that on the inner corner and the brow bone. And then before I did my winged eyeliner on the outer corner here, I mixed this black one with this deep red. So the theme is that it kind of like fades from light to deep in this red purple realm, and then like I just used those same shadows and faded them in and out a bunch of different ways on the eyes. So I did that for the outer corner, and then I did it for the outer lower corner as well, and then faded it back in toward this lighter one and this metallic one, and then this in the inner corner. So you see how it goes. And then what I did is I wanted to kind of test out this black and see how it performed, and I am so impressed. The way that it blended was so beautiful and rich, so pigmented. And I did my eyes first because I was like, oh, I know for sure I'm using this black and I know I'm gonna get a ton of fallout. Let's just skip all the hassle and do the eyes first and foundation last. I didn't get any fallout. So I did tape here to get a sharp edge. There was like a little bit of powder on the tape because I was like blending it right along that edge. So I don't know if it would have fallen out had I not had the tape there. Maybe it would have, I'm not sure. But like down here, nothing. It was clean. I was shocked. I was like, that is never something I expect from a black eyeshadow. So kudos there. And then, oh my gosh, the one thing about black eyeshadow that I hate is it gets everywhere, but that's how you know it's super pigmented, is when it like jumps all over the place and you find it everywhere for the rest of the day. So then to finish up my eye look, I did a winged liner on the top, and what I actually did for that is I took this black, you can see it's kind of like scratched off there. I took like the end of my brush and scraped off a little bit and mixed it with my Makeup Forever Aqua Seal drops and made a cream eyeliner out of it. And you can do that with the Aqua Seal drops. If you mix it with any powder eyeshadow, it makes it into a waterproof eyeliner. So that's what I used for the liquid eyeliner. It went on so pigmented, so even, so black. I love that. So that was kind of like my test of the black shadow, because it's always kind of like, you never know what you're gonna get when you have a black shadow in the palette, but I love that it does. I love that this palette is a complete look palette. It's an all-in-one, one-stop shop where they have brow bone highlights, there's a matte one, there's a shimmery one, they've got a black, they've got some crease colors, you know, you can mix a transition shade. You can even use this guy in your transition area, but I wasn't sure if it was shimmery, so I didn't. No, it's not, it's matte. Okay, so you can totally use this one in your transition shade if you wanted to. This, I think, would look awesome in the crease. And then, like I said, there's some beautiful metallic shades. This green one here, I've been hearing a lot of things about it being like super, having a lot of kick up and a lot of fallout. And to me, this is a pressed pigment. And I think that that's why. I mean, I don't know if it's meant to be, but it has all of the signs of being a pressed pigment. It's gorgeous, look at that. Whoa, it's so, so pretty. But I think, to me, I think that that's why there's like some kick up and fallout, and honestly, that does not bother me at all. I would rather have the wearability and the longevity, and I would rather have the pigment, so I'm totally cool with that. So let's talk about application. I did this kind of really smoky, really fall, really like rosy almost look, and I was so impressed, to tell you the truth. I was so impressed by the application, like the ease of application, the blendability. I've had this on since this morning. It is now late afternoon, and it has stayed so well. Like, they wear so beautifully. I was really impressed and surprised. Like I said, I hadn't used Morphe shadows in quite a while, like maybe a year. It's been a while. So I kind of didn't know what to expect, but I was very, very impressed. The matte shades blend out flawlessly. I used synthetic brushes to blend the matte shades, like in my crease and stuff like that, and then I used some natural hair brushes for like the rest of my eye, and I used Fix Plus on the kind of metallic shimmery one. It worked great. It applied beautifully. That's what I have on my lid right now, and I just feel like it's awesome. Like, for the price, I am shocked that this is only $14.99 for the quality and kind of the performance of these shadows. I always trust anything KathleenLights does. When she puts her hand on something, it turns to gold. Like, she has standards, she has ideas, and I just feel like those really come to life when she creates a product with a brand. So I adore this palette. It is so gorgeous. It is so versatile. It's so travel friendly, and the formulas are amazing. You know, I wanted to test a range of different brushes. I wanted to do synthetics and natural hairs, and I wanted to use Fix Plus. I wanted to do kind of the whole gamut of like what you might do in an eye look on a given day. Oh, like I said, I turned one into an eyeliner with the Aqua Seal drops. It was flawless. It was perfect. It was so easy and so just like user friendly. So I'm really, really happy with the way that that was and the way that it came out. I think the palette is gorgeous. And that's about it for the review, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for swatches. Oh, if you guys like palettes, I have started a new series on my channel. I've only done one so far, but I have many more lined up that I'm going to be doing very soon. And that is going to be doing Makeup Geek versions of popular palettes. So in my first one, which I will link down below, and I'll put it on the screen here, I did the Naked One palette, the original Naked palette, because I kind of thought this is the original YouTube palette, let's just do it. And I found Makeup Geek shadows that were either perfect dupes or very close dupes or would look the same on the eye to all the different shadows. So go check that video out if you're interested, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!